Bless you. All right, you can call it. So when you're ready. Okay, on the count of three. 3. It's too early for this.
It is.
So no wonder Americans hate F1.
If they have to wake up this early. God. I feel like
Anywho.
I'm dazed.
Anywho, I'm joined for this wonderful podcast. I was going to say for the pre-GP, but that was last night. Only by a little bit.
We're
I'm
running
joined
that
for
far behind.
Suzuka. I'm joined by Suzuka, by Miss Sarah Hawkey.
I'm joined by Midnight ISO. Still don't know which way. So, and it's too
That's
early.
just a cop-out. Even at this time of the morning, that's still a cop-out.
Well,
No, let's go.
I ain't figuring it out this time in the morning.
Good
I can
choice.
wait for another day.
Kulios, can't wake up if you haven't gone to sleep. Good thinking, Kulios. And as quoted as many times by myself, do you ever sleep? Kulios, I know you don't sleep, because I know that, because I don't sleep. Anywho, we're here for race day. Somewhat blurry-eyed, literally in my case.
Yeah. Same really.
But no wonder Americans haven't got on with F1 historically. As we see Zach Brown sat on the sidelines today, here in Japan. Well, there in Japan. As you see, Oscar Piastri take his first P2, Sarah.
Yeah.
Good for the McLarens.
It is. Good to see him on top as well.
Cracking to see where McLaren have come from since earlier in the year.
Oh, 100%.
What do you expect to see? What do you want to see today?
McLaren podium.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will. Maybe if they can carry on and stick with the Red Bull, or kind of get the strategy right. Hopefully they can come out with a podium. Whoa, that Aston Martin looked a bit early, didn't it?
So, Alonso looking a bit skew-iff down the front, is he?
Yeah,
I was looking away at the time.
Warming up the tyres, I think. Good morning, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
too early.
Yes, Curious says, I still remember being up last year, you two dreading this race. No, just dreading and being up early. It's time for the lights to go out. Come on. Piastri might lead.
Oh.
Norris might lead. Both McLarens are attacking Max.
Oh my god. I think Max kind of forgot Norris was there.
Yeah, it's like, oh Christ, the other
Yeah.
McLaren. Well, there's definitely some carnage at the back. I think one of the Williams is going slowly. I nearly said that's Sorokin, but it's the other one. Sargent.
He started from the pit lane anyway.
Okay, that might be why he's back there then. Okay, so Max has got away into turn one. Just forgot that both McLarens were there. Oh, down the inside of Degner too. Thank you, Gilios. I forgot that was on. Please don't abuse them. I haven't got the patience today, mate. Nor am I doing the down the coke thing this morning. So, chill, please. So yeah, there was a bit of body work on the grid there. I don't know who's had lost the front wing or something, but we got a safety car.
Yeah, Joe just said that he's got damage.
Okay, so chances are it's one of the Alfa Romeos then.
Yes.
Oh, there's a lots of debris. Even the safety car's dodging it. So yeah, that's all across the track. I mean, that is a literal puncher waiting for it.
There's an end plate there, probably.
Yeah. Julius, just chill today, please. We're here for our passion of the sport, your entertainment as well. But please chill.
I don't think I have the redeemed on anyway, Curious.
So I'll allow you to do the odd one, but please just chill. Otherwise, I'll turn them off.
The Bottas has got a puncture, apparently.
He's probably going to fall asleep anyway. Yeah, but you'll wake up, redeem something, go back to sleep. I know what you like.
Just to tell him that he's not asleep, but he is asleep. He'll just come in and redeem something.
It's like how I feel this morning, a bit on my phone. And I know you've not seen the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
That was a big hit.
There's one character in it which always has his phone out like this, even if he's sleeping. And you can see he's done something, he doesn't even know he's sleeping. Right. So Norris almost got right around the outside of Max there.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the hit behind it. It looked like one of them just plowed into one of the other cars in front.
Oh, was that Lewis that was on the far right? Or was it Russell?
Sure.
On what was Sainz? Oh, yeah, must plow straight into Perez. So it might have been Perez out there. Here we go. Here's a picture from Lewis. Okay, so yeah, it was Lewis. Okay, yeah, so Sainz comes across. Perez then comes across because of Sainz. And then another Red Bull Perez runs Lewis wide a second time.
Albon's point of view. Ooh.
Yeah, that looked painful.
That was why one of the Williams was going slowly then.
Marius, did the Ferraris touch? If they didn't, it was very close.
Yeah.
So K-Mag. Oh, so he got sandwiched behind the... Oh!
So it's either Bottas or Joe got tapped.
So let's see what happened to Joe now.
That says Bottas.
Oh! Joe's not hit anything, but it's destroyed his front wing. You can see it there, can't you?
Yeah.
So that's debris that has done that. That's odd.
Wrong time, wrong place, I guess.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, poor Albon, that was a big hit.
Max did perfectly there, didn't he?
Did.
So, front wing for it's got to be Perez. Kudo says, watch it be a bird or something like that. Like a bird strike. Oh, cripes. So, Sargent's in the pits as well. It's a good opportunity for a lot of the drivers to take the mandatory pit stop tyre change, get that out of the way so you can then go on the choice of tyres through the Grand Prix now.
True.
Perez has gone straight to hard tyres, but he'll be stuck behind. He's directly behind, I think, Joe. How was that? Oh, they changed the front wing, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
But they waited 2 laps to do it for Perez. Okay, Hamilton has got a little bit of trailing floor damage, but apparently it is, quote, very small. You are correct, Kudos. My monitors are bright. Consequently, I should turn up my brightness otherwise. Alexa, turn the light up 30%. Better contrast. That and my eyes are very bloodshot this morning, and I thought it'd be funny to wear sunglasses, so I am.
Then there's me just sat over here like...
I am 100% going back to sleep after this. Goodness, why can't you turn your light on? Oh, switch is broken. Yeah, I was going to say, they definitely had a bit of a fault there with the Alfa Romeo front wheel change. Front wing.
Yeah.
So, Albon has had a smack from the Alfa Romeo, and he's still ahead of Sargent.
I'm surprised that Albon didn't come away with any damage from that.
If he's lucky enough to have just the tyres hit, then he's just pinged up in the air and come back down. I mean, it would be very uncomfortable, but he would get away with it.
Whereas noted safety car infringement.
Who was that noticed safety car?
Whereas...
How's he managed that? Oh, he might have backed up the back while he was pitting. Maybe.
I don't know.
Didn't see it, Marianne.
Didn't Sargent go off? Someone went off into the gravel. If he did, we didn't see it. But it's a possibility that it happened.
He did yesterday during qualifying.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, forgot about
And ploughed straight off at the final corner. It's more a bend in the straight, didn't he?
that.
Okay, safety car in.
Do.
So how can you be noted for a safety car infringement but not
Well, I
have
guess it
an
depends what
infringement?
for.
Yeah, he didn't lift Mario. He was starting his flying lap, and you're typically full speed there, so he never would lift. He got the line wrong, so he ploughed straight off and hit the barrier. like locked in about 2010.
I suppose he's
Might be
taking
it.
those risks to kind of try and do well, but it's those sort of risks that end up in a big shunt like that.
And you can tell when someone's driving, trying to save their career, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is Max going to go before the Casio, or is he going to go after it? What do you
Come on,
think?
Norris. Now or never.
There he goes. Yeah, he's gone. Max has got a clear advantage here, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Max is phenomenal on the restarts. I'll let you have a think about it, Sarah. But what do you think about the Felipe Massa challenge? I'll let you have a think about that when it comes to it. You know, for the Singapore Grand Prix in 2008, trying to overturn it, trying to win the 2008 championship in the courts. I'll let you have a think about that one before we come back to it.
All I think is why
Focus on the
now?
race. Money. And he wants to win the championship through the courts.
But like, if there was any possibility, why haven't you done it nearer the time? Why wait like 10
Because
plus years?
he wanted, because he was driving Ferrari. They wouldn't let him challenge for it because the driver that won from it was the incoming Alonso. At the time, he was told you're not allowed to challenge for it. So now he's out of Formula One for a few years.
Oh,
There goes Alfa Romeo off on the grass. Bottas doing his thing. Wow, he must have ended up backwards at the hairpin.
He's not having a great weekend, is he?
No, I mean, he has been quoted saying, "What the bleeped?" So maybe he's had a touch as we see the Mercedes dueling with each other. Oh, that's good. Russell, well done. But Lewis is going to come back at him down the main straight. And they've got on the back of them, is that Sonoda? No, it's Lawson. So Lawson's got Sonoda somewhere. Okay, Hamilton's got back in front of Russell down into turn one. Good bit of driving from the Mercedes pair.
Yeah. Come on, Massa winning like that. Raising many championships before that. For example, Schumacher, Prost, Senna, etc. Yeah, I suppose it's that. I think it's when you go back and if they were to change that one, then they surely would have to change so many others.
There's two championships I can name, three championships I can name straight off the bat. I think it's 1989 here with Senna and Prost, Schumacher in 94, and 2021 with Max. So you can see a load of championships changing hands. Tricky, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But you think of how many millions of dollars that Massa lost because he wasn't world champion for 2008. Right, so yeah, he's been T-boned by, looks like Sargent into the hairpin. So what happens here? Bottas is coming around the outside. Sargent's locked up. Yeah, and he's hoofed Bottas out. He's lucky to get away with that, actually, Bottas. I did see a few bits of carbon fibre as well. So I think, yep, Sargent, I think, is pitted for a new front wing. Or at least a new set of tyres. He's now 20 seconds behind the pack each.
Not looking great for him, is it?
No, Bottas is 25 seconds behind Albon. Sargent's 20 seconds behind Bottas. Bless you. You actually stopped at that point, Sarah. That was quite amusing.
My brain stopped altogether.
Oh, my brain stopped.
My brain stopped.
Okay, DRS is enabled. Verstappen's got away at the front, though, so that's not a fight. Oh. Turn 11 incident involving Bottas and Sargent noted. Sure. Okay.
Fine.
So it looks like the front three are spacing out a little bit. We've got 2.5 seconds from Norris up to Verstappen. Piastri is 2.5 seconds to Norris as well. Bottas just retired the car, man.
Yeah.
He's about to go a lap down as well. So I did see some carbon fibre shooting off the car.
So potentially side pod or floor damage.
Mm-hmm. Perez has just taken,
So
I
I
think,
believe.
into the Casio triangle. It's a bit like the Bermuda Triangle. Lots of stuff goes on in there. True. It's good to see Stroll actually completing a couple of laps this race.
Yep.
Kyrgios says, imagine if they did A to B F1 races based on fastest lap. Do you mean point-to-point races? Like road races? Is that what you mean, Kyrgios?
Yeah. Them alphas are strong. 2 big hits and still going.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I was giggling at. Unlike the road cars, which break down at the sight of anything.
Yeah.
But Lawson still running in the top 10. He has been impressive, hasn't he?
Has it? I can understand why, obviously, AlphaTauri have kept Sonoda on because of financial, maybe, incentives. But I think Lawson definitely deserves, if not that seat, another seat somewhere else.
Hmm.
Say if like Mick doesn't go to Williams, I think Williams should quickly sign him up. Sort of thing.
This is one me and Pedro have agreed on our theory that we think he should go to Williams on loan.
Mm-hmm.
That way, Williams get a pay driver from Red Bull who's of quality,
Yeah.
and then he gets a race seat. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, gets him a race seat, and
Sergeant penalty, by the way.
it's better than just sitting on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to find out how good Albon is. Kyrgios says, yeah, point to point. How many road tracks are in F1? Quite a few. Saudi's a bit of a road track. Singapore, Las Vegas, Miami, Monaco. Quite a few road tracks.
Bottas, tired. Lawson deserves a seat, but it's a matter of Red Bull making up their mind.
Yeah.
I don't see him going to Red Bull. Because obviously, I don't think they put Lawson in that second seat and take Perez out.
Yeah. Perez penalty. Ooh, so what's he done? 5-second penalty. Okay. So he's done something under the safety car. Safety car infringement.
What'd he do?
Snowder's gone in. That's early. I'll bear in mind a lot of these cars haven't pitted yet, I suppose.
Yeah.
I expect him to be on the hard tyres. No, he is onto the medium, so that's the other possibility. Hero says, did he copy the safety car or something? You've lost me on that one, mate.
Flashy lights.
I can imagine that. Let's say, first penalty for using flashing orange lights. So he's put a new front wing on. That'll probably be for the collision with. He's overtaken people. He got a 5-second penalty for overtaking people.
Ooh. Perez safety car antics. Penalty for Sargent is hard as he already locked up. But Bottas was in front. Yeah, but also obviously, I think wrong time, wrong place sort of thing.
Oh, definitely.
If he locked up, he probably still was either going off,
Oh,
not knowing how to correct it.
Ocon, outside pass into turn 1, running outside of Matt K-Mag. That's gutsy.
Made it stick, made it work.
Yeah. That Haas will be going backwards now, though, won't it?
Yeah, tyre degradation I think is going to set in soon for him.
Mm-hmm.
First penalty is silly, yeah.
From Perez or from the FIA, Mario? What's your view, Sarah? Is it silly from Perez or silly from the FIA?
I mean, it's silly from Perez, it's obviously... They've come across the start-finish straight. Technically, he should have been last. And he wasn't, he was 17th or 18th.
Oh, that was close. Hashtag indeed. Oh, Perez wide at Spoon. Trying to hang with K-Mag. He got too close onto his rear wing and has shot off at Spoon there for a moment.
I just want to check out the AstroTurf and the curb here.
Checking the extended grip on the outside of the corner.
Exactly.
That wasn't even the corner anymore. We were so far off the circuit. Alonso's in. That's early.
Onto the hard tire.
I suspect he's trying to get out in front. We haven't managed it. Perez. That's dropped Alonso down far.
Oh. Like you say, maybe hoping for that undercut on someone, at least.
Mm-hmm. So all of the top 10 are on mediums. Well, in top 10, it's all medium. Then Stroll on softs, and then Ocon in 10th on hards. Ocon's looking good here, actually.
Deserve that, obviously, that good result that he was set to get at Singapore, but obviously that Alpine reliability is still not amazing. Oh!
Perez has just T-boned K-Mag.
Perez, what you doing, mate?
How many incidents, week in, week out, does Perez have to have? Yes, that's debris on the track again, and that is a bit of the flaw from K-Mag, I think, now. Or it might be Perez's front wing, actually. It is. You can see Perez is just driving like an idiot at the moment. That was never going to work. Do you know what? I'm going to go as far to say I'm actually getting annoyed at Perez for how often he's crashing. I mean, it was Singapore last week. He got involved in a couple of scrapes. Punted off Albon. Punted off Sonoda at the beginning of the race. He's got a 5-second penalty for driving and overtaking under the safety car line. He's going to have another one for an incident.
Having to pit for another front wing.
So yeah, second front wing. The first one maybe not his fault because start line, it's always a bit tricky, isn't it? 5-second penalties now serving. And Perez is literally making the case for himself to lose that seat. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, so this is what not to do.
Yeah. I mean, he's driving like a rookie at the moment. So watch him get a speeding penalty in the pit lane now.
So what's happened there? Is he locked up or?
Okay, that 5-second penalty is because he technically overtook Alonso on the way in, not for the one on the way out. That's interesting from the FAA, but he still overtook on the out of the lap.
Piastri's in.
VSC. Yeah, VSC. So Piastri's going to get a nice cheap little pit stop here. That might jump him ahead of Norris.
Potentially.
Depending on how long Norris is going to go. That's somewhere between Lando and Norris, wasn't it?
Yeah, both. Safety car will avoid Perez's mistakes and penalties, so Perez actually overtook on way in, so correct decision.
Thank you for the insight. Albon's getting a cheap pit stop. I know it is under VSC time, so it was about 6 seconds before the virtual safety car came out. Chris says the car doesn't feel right. It won't do if you use it as a battering ram.
Oh, Albon onto the softs.
So, yeah, Norris is nowhere near Max, really, in this one, is he?
He's 10 seconds. Not 30 seconds, he's 10 seconds behind.
Well, it was about 6, but after, 6 racing laps, it's about a second a lap. Max is just disappearing.
Yeah, but like Mario says, clever tactic there with pitting. Probably a very late minute decision for McLaren. Come in now, come.
About 9 seconds. So Norris has lost out, I think, at least a few seconds during that VSC from Max somehow. Turn 11 incident involving Perez and K-Mag under investigation.
Pausing it.
Yep, and Mary, you are correct. Piastri with an advantage there. McLaren historically. Oh, wait, I just realised I usually give the guy in front the preferential choice on pitting, unless Norris decided he wanted to stay out.
Potentially. Maybe he's calling for another safety car or something.
Yeah, Perez is going to be retiring here. Yeah, he said the car doesn't feel right. He's probably tweaked the steering arms or something, and somewhere in the suspension with all the antics he's had today, and that is the eyeballs of a man who's going, uh-oh, it might go my drive. Yeah, he got a penalty for the K-Mag collision too.
At least you can't get annoyed at him now. Oh, Norris.
What's going on there?
Good, but Norris.
That's Perez.
Oh, is it?
What went on there? We'll say Leclerc is doing the opposite to whatever Norris does. So they are trying to undercut the McLaren, it would seem.
Gasly can be the only negative factor for Piastri. He will need to overtake ASAP, then have a big clear gap. And that, I think we just watched that overtake happen.
That
was good timing, Mario. Good timing.
Morning.
I was like, I'm scared.
So yeah, Piastri has got Gasly somewhere. Oh, Lewis off.
Lewis, what are you doing, mate?
But he did that right in front of Russell. So Russell's going to be coming at him now. That's a non-normal sight for Lewis, isn't it?
I still don't think he feels like at home with that car. There must be just something about it. Oh, both of them going off.
Lewis runs Russell wide at Spoon. And he did. I don't like that when drivers do that.
Mm.
And good insight there, Sarah. I would be agreeing with you. I don't think he feels particularly happy in that car.
There must be something that he just can't, I don't know,
cope with,
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like the ground effect cars nearly as much as the cars beforehand.
No.
Okay, Max in, Lewis in. So Norris takes the lead of the race, Sarah. Kilos is going to go to sleep. Yeah, quite possible. Oh, looks like they were very late on the tyres for Lewis. It's a 4-second stop.
Not great.
Oh, he's going to be lucky to stay ahead. I think that's Lawson and Tsunoda. No, Tsunoda and then Lawson the other way around. Yeah, Red Bull does. I think you're right. We're reacting to Piastri, Mario. And sleep well, Koulias. Sleep well, my man.
Sleep.
I'm guessing our Mr. Saturday hasn't woken up for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Lewis just had no front end there, did he, Sarah?
No. Almost struggled to turn in.
Yeah.
And obviously running both.
Yeah. Who do we want to fight? The others or each other? That was a bit naughty from Lewis. I mean, he'll say I had dirty tyres, I have no front end grip. Yeah, I don't know if I would agree with that sentiment. I think Lewis did that on purpose. What do you think?
Potentially. Or he's trying his best to stay on the road sort of thing, so. And also try and, I guess, assert some dominance.
Yeah. Okay, so Norris is pitted, Leclerc is pitted. Piastri has leapfrogged Norris by a long way, it looks like.
Yeah, Ocon's in front.
Yep, he's on the hard tyre, of course. Yet to bit. So we have new race leader in Carlos Sainz. Stroll has moved up to P13, taking Hulkenberg into turn 1.
8 seconds in favour of Piastri. Yeah.
8 seconds. Wow.
Good call from McLaren then. That one.
Yeah. Shows you the power of pitting under VSC.
Although, do you think that Piastri will be able to kind of hold on to that podium place?
We're going to see. We're going to find out.
Carlos Sainz. Box.
Okay, Sainz coming in. So yeah, Leclerc went back onto the medium, so Leclerc's clearly on a 2-stop race here. Do you think anyone was going to try and go to the end, like maybe Piastri or Norris?
Potentially, if the tyres
35 odd laps on the hot. Oh, that's a tough one.
Possible though.
Do you know, I knew. Oh, okay, and then that is Leclerc on Alonso into turn 1. So I knew it was going to be an early morning, so I bought myself something to cheer myself up.
Yeah. Honey wings.
This is my breakfast. / midnight snack at this point. It works in 2 levels.
Oh. Slow moving Russell. Russell move out of his way, or was that a... It seemed like Russell completely moved out of the way there for him. But yeah, might as well go through.
Didn't even try to fight him, not really.
Nom. The undercut here is strong as well. Signs lost loads of time.
The undercut may be strong, but how will the tyres later in the stint be? I mean, even if they're only a lap or 2 older, it looks like the drop-off from the old tyre is quite severe. You are right, actually. Yeah, he has lost a bunch of time.
What's what happened for DRS for Max to get Lewis? Essentially, Russell is he yet to pit? Yeah.
And still hasn't pitted, so he's going a lot longer than many of the other drivers. Maybe he's hoping for a cheap pit stop. Go on.
Fastest lap by Lando Norris. If he was hoping to get DRS off of Max, he's now 2 seconds off of him. So either shows you how fast the Red Bull is, or how low the Mercedes is currently.
Plus the tyre degradation.
Yeah, and plus
difference.
the tyre degradation difference.
Yeah. Plus Max.
Plus Max, yeah.
Yeah. Where he's just in a league in his own. Anything that isn't Singapore.
Again, not really his fault, is it?
Whoa! 2 Spaniards side by side.
Out of the Spaniards.
Do you know what? Sainz is impressing now.
Yeah, he's on a... He's had a good run to, like, the last couple of races.
And you've started to come alive since right out Monza when he had that great drive holding off Max.
Do you think that he's becoming maybe the... Not the number 1 driver at Ferrari, but the more consistent driver? Because Leclerc always seems to be on the opposite strategy to him. And it kind of never works out.
No. I think it's good to have mixed strategies from your 2 drivers. Because it gives you opportunities. But, yeah, Leclerc always seems to not make it work.
But it's always kind of the way, like, everyone else is on one strategy. And then Leclerc's got his own strategy, and it's like... Sure, better.
Russell came over the comms and said consider plan B. So I think he's going to try and go to a 1-stop. Or Alonso's unhappy that he was first on the tyres. He's suddenly very angry with Aston Martin a lot, isn't he?
Maybe it's because he knows that obviously the car is still relatively fast. And maybe he feels like they're not capitalising on his performance. Or maybe he can see it starting to become a little bit slower. He kind of wants the upgrades.
I think that.
Stay with the pack.
Yeah. I think he's telling him to speed up the car because they are not. No way pass into 130R. Hamilton. Jeez. That's gutsy.
McLaren on hard tyres might be a game changer later on in the race. Will they have a medium available whilst Max will have hard for end of race? Potentially. If not, they'll probably go to the end of the race at this point.
Piastri is still... Oh! And Hamilton down past Ocon to turn 1.
Oh wow,
so Hamilton on the move.
Appeared.
Ocon still hasn't pitted though.
You know, but he was right behind and then he just went, hiya.
Yeah, boom. So the only problem with the McLarens is they are still at least 10 seconds on average behind Max. Oh!
Oh.
What happened there with Stroll?
Maybe he felt like, I've had enough driving for today.
Yeah.
Going back into the pits for my cup of tea.
I think his rear wing has failed. I just saw the mechanic touching it, and it was like wobble, 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 like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That was weird.
I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go play some tennis now.
Yeah. Mario spotted it too.
Yeah. Maybe, like you say, maybe rear wing failure.
Oh, that's rare these days. Don't see that very often. I mean, back in the 2000s and late 90s, it would just occasionally detach, and the driver would be yeeted into a barrier.
If it's going to happen to anyone, it's probably going to happen to him.
Yeah. At least that's one they can put down to mechanical failure instead of Stroll failure. So here comes Alonso. He's got... I think Russell must have... Hang on. I'm sure that said Russell.
It might have, but it's definitely Hamilton.
No, it's Ocon. That was a bit dim, mate. Ocon was covering the inside line. Alonso followed him.
Oh no, it is Ocon now.
Yeah.
I swear it said Patronus on the rear wing. Oh, that's because Hamilton's there. That's why I saw it.
Too early for this.
I swear
it's too early for this era. Alonso vs Ocon Part 3. Oh! McLaren are trying a one-stop. Norris has caught up to Piastri so fast.
I still believe Norris is the slightly faster driver out of the two.
He might also have more upgrades still.
More upgrades, yeah.
Now, McLaren needs to be smart here. If Norris is genuinely faster than Piastri has to let him go.
Yeah, just let him go.
So they do have a chance of a win here.
Hold on to that P3. Keep doing what you're doing. Leclerc's just there, so it's not like he's going to catch up.
I'm saying that. Also, Piastri is about in DRS point behind Russell.
There's Lando as well.
Yeah. So Piastri needs to get past Russell quickly.
Yeah, otherwise I think Norris will catch up by the end of this lap.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Russell is clearly going on to a one-stop strategy.
I mean, if he can make it work, he can make it work.
Yeah, he can do. He's definitely goal hanging, waiting for a VSC or a safety car. That's all he can really do at this point. He's kind of committed to it, isn't he? Sargent is in the pit. It's his favourite place to be. I didn't realise Sargent was still in the race.
Yeah, out of everyone, we expected him to be out of the race.
Yeah.
A long time in the pit, so maybe a 5-second penalty, or he's out.
Alonso. Oh, Ocon has actually pitted somewhere. Oh, he must have got a cheap pit stop under the safety car. VSC, rather.
Potentially.
Yeah. Alonso's complaining that Ocon's getting away on the straight, so they've clearly trimmed out the wing for Ocon. There we go. There goes Russell for a pit stop.
Russell has been the time master this year. Manages his tires way better than most. Yeah. There was another race that he was on.
He's done it a couple of times, hasn't he?
He's held out that a little bit longer.
But
it does mean he's behind Hamilton again.
He will be, yeah. Who has been the best on tyres this year to you, Sarah? There's a couple of names that I can think of.
Russell, Albon.
Yeah. Signs has been pretty good.
Signs, yeah.
Okay, Norris is now complaining that he's behind Piastri. Okay, you're Zach Brown in this scenario, Sarah. What do you do
Race.
with McLaren? Tell me, you're Zach Brown. What do you do?
Either politely ask Piastri to slightly move, or
Slightly.
put him in that situation where he has to race him. Pass him properly.
Alonso is about to be bitchy. He's having Russell just drive clean around the outside of him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alonso is about to be on the radio again.
Let Norris pass fastest lap and gain seconds, yeah. Also,
Yeah.
Sargent is out.
Yeah, that's Sirotkin Sargent out. He's not doing himself any favours by... Okay, yeah, you can see Norris is quicker.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Oscar, but move. No, they need to team order this one.
Probably that.
Yeah,
I guess
if they're going to try and do the one stop.
Experience thing. It's Oscar's kind of learning on the job when Norris is kind of ready. Let me pass. Like, you carry on doing what you're doing, but just let me pass.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Oscar, but I think you've got to play the team game on this one. Let Norris go. You got the Ferraris behind you. Then again, they're two stopping. If McLaren can go to the end, they are looking great for a double podium. Can they really do like 35 laps on those hard tyres? That is a tall ask, Sarah.
It is. It really depends, I guess, on. I don't know.
Here we go. Finally did it.
It depends. If they don't abuse it, then maybe. I know I said if they can look after it, build that gap up. Potentially, maybe they could make it last. We've seen weirder happen.
We're in a really weird scenario where if Max has got to pit again, he's going to have to overtake for the win. Admittedly, these are going to be... what?
Why is Perez getting back in the car?
Get back in the car. This is weird.
Huh?
I haven't seen this in years. Okay, Albon's retiring. Oh, that's a shame.
To be fair, I'm surprised after that hit earlier that there wasn't something wrong with the car.
Could be.
Because the cars don't like going up in the air and then smashing back down. Pit stop plus the gap will allow them not pit as long as tyre wear is good. Also, if a safety car later on, it will hinder them as hard tyres will be shot. Yeah, it's that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, the longer they can go on those tyres, the more likely, if a safety car comes out, it will benefit them because the other drivers have to pit under potentially racing speeds.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alonso on. I didn't see who that was.
Joe.
Yeah. Oh, so he must have pitted somewhere. Yeah, I think he has onto the new set of hards.
Perez on a mission of some sort. Are they going in to serve penalty?
What they used to do is if you get a penalty for an incident that you have to serve and you're already retired, they used to tack it on as a grid penalty next race. That's an interesting insight, Mario. Maybe they're trying to avoid that. Or they're doing testing on the car. Or, I have a very devilish scenario for you, Sarah.
What?
What if they put Perez out there to circulate and disrupt the McLarens?
That's some tactics and a half, but that's not clean tactics. Can they even let him back out?
Yeah, legally they can. I mean, you can be retired from the race. I think you're technically still in the race. You're just on a lap, aren't you?
Yeah, but in other race disciplines, once you're retired, that's it. Like, is your choice of retired, and then you don't go back out. Like,
I think technically the graphic when it says you're out is more for the audience. I think technically in the race you just stay on a certain lap. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As far as the classification goes, because you are on a lap. You might be on lap 1, but you're on a lap.
Use race times, test car, and new bits, etc. used to happen before. Oh, we've
True,
not seen it for a while then.
No, not years. Part Ferme isn't applicable at the moment, so they can change the car as much as they want. Technically, they could take all the ballast out of it, make it 100 kilos too light, and then they just disqualify the car at the end of it. They can do anything they want.
Maybe they've just remembered that rule and they're like, "Ooh, let's have a roll."
They can turn the car into a torpedo if they want. Alonso running outside of Sonoda. That's going to be a cracky move. I mean, Alonso's had it done to him a couple of times today by Russell. Cracking move from Alonso. He's going to be heading up towards Gasly now. So on the second set of hard tyres, Alonso has come alive. Yeah, that is Lawson on the back of K-Mag. So if that's not a baptism of fire for Lawson, one person nobody wants to overtake. Well, to be fair, Perez didn't try and overtake him. He just yeeted him out of the way, didn't he?
Yeah. It's like, boom.
Okay, Joe's pitted. Here comes Lawson. Nice DRS pass. I'm so rarely impressed by, rookies.
Oh, reserve drivers, yeah.
Yeah. Damn, he's doing well.
He is. Like I said, he deserves that seat somewhere.
He does. Question for yourself and Mario, Sarah. Ferrari. You are Fred Vasseur, Sarah. What do you do? Do you pit Ferrari onto a set of hard tyres now-ish, or soft tyres in the last 10 laps?
Oh, I kind of forgot that Leclerc was on mediums.
Yeah. But what do you do? Do you go
I don't know,
aggressive,
because
or do you go?
Leclerc was like 9 seconds behind Piastri, so Piastri is slowed quite a lot because he's now 4 seconds behind Norris. So he's made that gap to Leclerc even smaller.
Leclerc's still got a pit again, though.
I suppose.
But what do you do? I'd be tempted to go to the soft tyres and just make up the time.
But will they last?
That's the question. I mean, they're literally going to have to go another
Has he been on
10 laps.
softs?
Pardon me?
What tyres was he on before? Was it a mediums as well?
Yeah, I think Leclerc and Sainz have both used mediums.
Yeah, so he's not used that different compound yet. Like he saved with 22 laps, is it worth it going on the hards? Maybe not.
From here, hards.
Yeah.
Another 5-10 laps, maybe softs.
Yeah. Depends how far he can kind of hold on for, though.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Sainz will come knocking at the door in a minute and being like, "Hi.
Hello. Hello. It's me."
They're saying that. Sainz is also in the mediums.
Yes, they're both Ferraris. Same problem.
They're on a strategy of their own today.
Oh, it's awake! Pedro!
Soft tyre, attitude, and overtake as much as possible. Yeah.
Pedro says, how has the race been so far?
Right.
Not bad. Well, for the race, obviously for the lead. But it's been a bit incident-filled. I mean, how much do you want to know? I mean, how much are you wanting to just scoot over what we're saying and come back and watch it later? Because I know you joined halfway through.
Actually losing time to Norris, but keeping gap to Leclerc. Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Piastri slowed right down.
He doesn't seem as good as Norris in the long run, does he?
No. First few laps, amazing. Qualifying, obviously, pretty good. It might be that he kind of just needs that, like when you've got someone directly in front of you, it gives you that kind of motive to just keep pushing. Because he's kind of like in no man's land at the moment. He's probably trying to I don't know, he's probably in that mindset where he's not pushing as hard because he's not got that someone right in front of him.
Yeah, possibly right. Possibly right. I'm still surprised they're thinking of sending Perez back out again. Weird. And yes, there's been loads of DNFs. I think half of them have been caused by Perez bumpering people off. I mean, I'm surprised K-Mag's still running. I'll go as far as to say as Perez has been downright rookie-like this race and last race.
Well, Pedro, basically Perez
Heated
a few drivers and got a penalty. Then he retired. Car didn't feel great after 2 front wing changes. Yeeting again. And got out of the car, and it's been about 15-ish laps since then. And now he's back in the car. But he hasn't come back out yet. He's just sat in the car. But he got back in. They put a front wing on, put tyres on, blankets. Almost like ready to go back out. Maybe Perez going out for the manufacturer's picture at the end of the race. Or to keep a finishing streak number, even though not on lead lap. Either or. Could be.
Yeah, it could be for sponsorship reasons and picture takings. It could be. Be a bit random. Pedro asks, when was the last time we saw a car go into the pits and return to the race, after so long? I think literally years. I think we've seen some cars go out after like 5 or 6 laps. But not best part of... How long has it been out? Must be at least 10, 15 laps at this point.
10, 15 laps, it's got to be. It wasn't a recent thing.
Yeah, it must be approaching 20 minutes, half an hour. So, I always remember a specific incident, 2 of them actually. Spa 98, Coulthard and Schumacher had that big collision. And then they sent Coulthard out again at the end of the towards the end of the race to try and pick up a couple of points because so many people were DNFing.
Yeah.
And they used to do it with the Jordans as well, in similar scenarios. They watch them crash, have them come back to the pits, fix the thing, and send them back out.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if he returns and has a mechanical failure afterwards? Well, at this point, Perez will probably crash into someone.
Yeah, and so it's more likely him to crash into someone than a mechanical failure on that Red Bull.
But, so, do you think there's any point? Would you just rest the engine?
You'd think. Save the parts.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Like,
Well, they've gotten lucky this year. They've got one race less with Imola being off the thing. Yeah, sorry, we saw Pedro. Obviously Leclerc's in. Oh, Hamilton's in too. Interesting.
What's he gone on to?
But what's the bet Russell's going to the end?
Obviously, maybe not got any mediums left.
I think they're all going to hard tyres because the deg around here is just so damn high. And a lot of people have been on hards, Pedro. I think the tyre seems to be the race tyre today. The soft has not been used at all, apart from a couple of EGs in the first opening sector of the race.
And a lot of them have been on mediums.
Yeah, at best.
Piastri's in.
I'm not. Do you know what? I think they're reacting to Leclerc. I think Norris can go the distance on the hard tyre, and Piastri can't.
Essentially. Norris is really trying to wait to capitalise on Max pitting again.
Are you sure Piastri's in? He's there.
They just called him in. He's coming in now.
Oh, did they say box? Oh, they said box, right. Do you know what the interesting thing is, though? Max still got a pit. He's going to come out behind Norris. Max is going to have to pass Norris for the win. However, he's going to have much, much fresher tyres.
Yeah.
And how did Yuki end up behind Lawson? There was a VSC, well, a lot of thanks to debris on the track and whatnot, where a load of people pitted. So probably through that. Yeah, reactive stop. I agree. I was going to say, could Sainz go to the end? No, we can't. He's got a pit. What caused the VSC, sir? I'm struggling to remember. Norris is pitting. You can't do it. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think maybe McLaren are being sensible.
But could he lose out to Russell here? Because Russell waited longer. Hit for the hards.
Very close. I think he will come out behind Russell, or at least alongside him.
Will he lose that P2? I mean, Sainz has definitely got to come in at some point. He's on the medium, so he's gone out of the picture.
Correct. Well, he's going to have to overtake Russell. I think he's going to be able to on the much, much fresher tyres. Yeah, hard tyres. Is he onto medium?
Can he see?
Yeah. I can't see that's yellow or white.
Yeah, hards.
Okay.
He's going to come out literally behind him.
Mm.
Realistic, that win is impossible. And they would keep podium positions, yeah. It would have been nice to see, though.
Yeah, well, if the McLarens had managed to go to the end, it would have been interesting. Yeah, Russell on one stop.
Have we forgot that Max is on the mediums?
No, he's still got a pit.
Yeah, but he's on the mediums and he's built that gap.
Yeah, it's the faster tyre. The Red Bull is much better on tyre wear than probably even the McLaren. So I think it's feasible that he's done it. He's done very well.
And so everyone else is like diving in and like, I must come in for another set of hards, and then he's just out here like, yeah, I'm still on the mediums. I saw one stop but very old tyres, yeah. But like you say, maybe look after them.
Russell has a shot of P3 here. I think Norris is going to be passing way too quickly.
100%. P3 though definitely might be on the cards. That's maxing.
Why is Perez still sitting in the garage?
No idea.
It's like waiting to send him out as a tactical torpedo in case there's a safety car or something like that.
You're bowling. Big risk on Tyson McLaren, especially with Aston scoring a few points today. It's a big points game for McLaren. Yep.
For championship position.
Norris has got Russell though.
I'm going to look it up. Championship position for the standings for the constructors. Let's see where McLaren are. They are 5th at the moment on 139 points with Aston on 217. So they're going to be standing to collect probably the best part of 30 points today, with Alonso getting 3 or 4.
For his being punished.
You will sit in the car until we say you can't. Especially considering Alonso's the only one scoring points. Are you saying Stroll's not good enough, or the fact he's just out of the race? Because both are accurate.
Maybe a bit both.
Or yes.
Pedro, Stroll didn't have any failures. He just said that he had enough. He didn't want to drive anymore. Joking.
Signed him.
His rear wing did look quite wobbly, so it's probably a precautionary retirement.
But it's actually very weird for 2 reasons to see a rear wing fail or get back into the pit lane after a rear wing failure, because once that fails, generally speaking, you are self-yeeted into a barrier. Seriously, when you lose your downforce like that.
They're getting ready?
Looks like.
Perez won't go on track. They're just punishing him, making him look silly in the car in the pits. Well, they look like they're about to come out.
Oh, I know what they're doing.
Fastest lap?
Yeah.
Can he take it from them?
Yeah. He won't get the point. But they are literally just getting him to take the fastest lap off anyone else. That's all they're doing. If he does 3 or 4 laps and pits again, I won't be surprised. And why do they need to bother taking the fastest lap off other people? Mac is going to be fast enough to take it in a minute. There you go. He's just taking the fastest lap.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No one else is going to challenge that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Perez does something, he doesn't get the fastest lap, and Max still has it anyway. Imagine if we crash and cause a safety car and Red Bull lose race lead and restart. Weird things have happened.
Conspiracy theories. This is weird.
Well, to say it's probably one of the first for me seeing a retired car come back out.
Okay, this is just weird. Yeah, Matt's literally just got the fast lap. But if anyone were to pit in the last 5 laps, anyone could easily take it off Max. I'm not sure who would bother.
His team.
All the other cars, Norris down to Gasly are not far enough away from another.
And that is
to go for a stop.
that there, F1 is definitely a lie. He's not 6 laps behind. He's way more than 6 laps behind.
He might be 6 laps behind Magnussen. Wait, no, yeah. He might be 6 laps behind Stroll.
Whatever it is,
What do
he's
you
not
think?
6. He's not 6 laps behind everybody. He's more
Mm,
like 20 laps
20.
or 30 laps, maybe.
Maybe it's 6 laps behind Stroll. This is weird. It really is.
So, do we think with Piastri in the DRS of the Mercedes can take back P3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? Yeah.
6 laps to car retired after him. So he's
What?
6.
Ball doing?
What?
Doing pit stop practice or something.
At the
Are they
time,
giving
Albon
them?
ran more laps, if that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Uh, uh,
What?
it's almost like they're giving the mechanics pit stop practice
Essentially.
or practice fixing parts or something.
Whatever it is, it's too early, Red Bull. Too early for us to use our brains to figure out what you're doing. Now it says plus 5 laps.
There's a couple of things I'm sure of at the moment. It's too early for this. I love F1, and Red Bull are just nuts sometimes. And Piastri is going for Russell. He's going to have DRS coming out of Casio down the main straight. I mean, this is a foregone conclusion eventually.
Be careful because their Leclerc is not too far back.
Yeah, that's a very valid point, actually. As Piastri, Russell goes defensive into turn 1. Piastri sweeps around the outside.
Commit to it.
Yo.
Yeah.
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 So, okay, that puts Leclerc on the back of Russell now, followed by Hamilton 4.5 seconds
I
later.
reckon Leclerc can get.
So, Preston said retire the car. But again.
What was the point? What was the point?
Huh.
What was the point in that? Russell is spicing up third place fighters. Leclerc's right there. Yes, I believe Leclerc will probably get Russell at this point. It does look like that tyre degradation is just a bit too high.
Russell is the only person not to
Double pit.
do anything other than. Well, yeah, he's the only person to do a one stop.
Because look how fast Leclerc has caught up to him.
Yeah. He's going to fight him, though.
Before.
I've got to say, this is maybe a jinx, but the power unit reliability, particularly today, has been outstanding.
Has Russell dropped many places? How many places do you reckon, Mario? Oh, Red Bull have another record.
Most laps led in the season by chance.
Or it's going to be
Biggest goof in a race.
retired the same car twice on the same race. Yeah. Red Bull thing.
I guess you could have sent that to the entire season. What did I say? I've forgotten.
What?
Ah, Red Bull chasing all the records, yeah.
They wanted to keep 100% finish record.
Yeah, I'm sure Perez is retired a long time during the year, hasn't he?
I think so.
I thought that was two separate things. Pedro, he said that he'll be back on the penultimate lap. I get you. I thought you were saying two different things, Pedro. It's too early for this.
Yes.
I mean, it's 7:20 in the morning. We're near the end of a race.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Pedro. Where were you?
Exactly. We were here.
I've been up since 5, and I'm shattered. I had 4 hours sleep.
I had less than that. I'll tell you that now.
I don't survive on 4 hours sleep. I need at least 8. Otherwise,
I need about 18.
So, Piastri given the ultimatum there. If there was a safety car, would you go on the softs? Or you'd lose 3 positions? And Piastri went, yeah, I'll do it.
That's clear, concise, and whatnot. So, yeah, right, give it a go.
Yeah, but depends when the safety car is. Because,
yeah,
you know, you can bunch the pack up and then you can just kind of blitz past them on the softs, then yeah. If not, I'd stay on this side.
Bibbs. I forgot to turn off the tear screen while I was altering it. Too early for this.
Pedro, you're not actually on my side. You're on Midnight side.
Okay, Russell.
I do not have the trailer strip open yet.
Russell and Leclerc into turn 1. That is good racing from them too. I think the question now is Hamilton going to catch Russell, and is Russell going to return the favour to Hamilton? What you don't know, Pedro, is Hamilton and Russell had a bit of an incident at Spoon just before Hamilton stopped, and Hamilton basically ran Russell off the road. He'd probably claim it was tyre wear.
Are you drinking Diet Coke at 7:20 in the morning?
No, this is whiskey.
You're odd.
I was just making it look like it. It wasn't alcohol. Yes, it is a Coke.
Ooh, what a move.
It's just a caffeine dependency, Sarah.
I'll say that black and yellow curb looks. Have you seen the jokes about the bees and Russell?
No.
Like saying that, you know, obviously Russell under pressure kind of crashes. It takes a while for the bees to populate, but people are saying like next year Russell will be like, the bees turned into me. He'll be moaning down the radio, and that'll be his, you know, why he's out of the race. Because the bees cause pressure and, you know, crashed into him, causing him to crash.
Sarah, it's too early for this. I don't get it.
Bees. Are you aware of the bees?
I'm aware of what a bee is.
Oh, you don't know then. Sebastian Vettel is at this race this weekend, and the black and yellow curb on turn 2.
Right.
Off of the track next to turn 2, Sebastian Vettel has put B hotels/houses to increase the biodiversity at the track. So it will take a while, but the bees will then populate said bee houses. And then therefore increasing the biodiversity. But it's not me. I'm telling you what Sebastian Vettel did. Alright.
The cat's breath smells like cat food.
But that's what I said. That's the curb looks quite cool, black and yellow, as opposed to white and red. I'm telling you why the curb was that colour.
I haven't even noticed the curb.
Look, okay, next time.
I've seen it now. You've pointed it out, but I didn't even notice it.
It looks cool. I like it.
Zzz.
Imagine next year all the bees on the crash helmets. That's what I'm saying. That's the joke. Well, it's not a joke, but people are saying that the bees next year might cause like might get twatted or something by the cars going round.
Right.
Not the best place to place bees. Yeah, exactly. It's behind turn 2. Not on turn 2, but obviously it's behind turn 2.
Can we go back onto the F1?
But I was still a joke from, I think it was Crofty. You know, before they populate the bee houses, they're going to check in with a B&B.
Oh, where's the whiskey? I think I need the whiskey. He's too early for this.
Wasn't my joke. I stole it from one of the Sky presenters.
No, I'm fully blaming you for that one.
No, I'm not. No,
one,
I'm not clever enough.
You said it. I'm blaming you.
2, I'm not awake enough to come up with something like that.
You still said it. I don't care.
Well, I said it because I heard it. It didn't
exactly.
It didn't originate in my brain.
Oh, I'm blaming you for that one. Deal with it.
Rude.
To the F1. Should Russell let Hamilton go? Because they have signs bearing down on them now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, why not?
If you can stop thinking about bees for 10 seconds.
I'm not thinking about bees. I was telling you about the bees. I wasn't thinking about the bees.
You were?
No, I was telling you why the curb is a different colour. Because then you know. I said, do you know about the bees? You were like, huh?
I need to wash my eyeballs out with vodka in a minute.
That's what I was telling you. Said story about said bees and Sebastian Vettel. Okay.
Thank you for the information on the bees and Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah, Seb is at the track today.
Mm.
And he has been all weekend.
Oh, did you hear that?
No, what did you say?
Russell has been instructed to swap positions.
Ew.
And they use the word instruction. So what Russell is saying is he'll do what Sainz did to Norris in Singapore and drag him along with DRS.
Hamilton, on the other hand, is like, no, see you, mate. Potentially, Mario.
It's one of those things. Hamilton's never going to catch Leclerc. I get Russell's point of view, but I think that was too ambitious. Run this track. You're trying to stay ahead of Lewis and drag Lewis around using Lewis as a rear bumper guard to Sainz. It's too ambitious, don't you think?
Yeah.
I wish I heard what you said there.
I didn't even hear what you said either.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to defend from Carlos. It's that simple. You see how much more grip Carlos has got.
Hamilton could give George DRS though.
Okay, so they are trying to do what Sainz did with Norris last race.
Maybe Sainz is like, well, that's not how you do it, actually.
Yeah, no, it's not working.
That might be because the Mercedes are, if I'm right, still not great in a straight line, speed-wise.
Partially that, and Russell just didn't have the grip coming out of Casio. Both. Depends how the cars are set up as well, doesn't it? If they set up straight line or flat out speed. But you can see Carlos just wasn't losing any speed off the corner.
No.
Yeah, it does look like slipstream, better traction, slightly different setup, bit of draggier car on the Merc. Yeah, that was always going to happen.
Yeah. So, 3 laps to go.
Who's impressed you today, sir? Anyone in Eastern or Western Europe who have turned up for this race to watch it?
I've probably got a back McLaren boys. They've held on to it. Apart from that, people outside of the podium positions. Not sure, to be honest.
Okay, whoever's doing the typing out of the text to type for signs and all that, instead of putting HIM for him, they put HI equals M. Someone's getting a disciplinary.
Maybe it's too early for them.
Yeah, perhaps.
Merc has the lowest top speed and the car is still very draggy with DRS open. Max fastest lap is over a second faster than any driver. What? Yeah.
It's a shame no one else had the space to be able to pit for soft tyres and go for it. I mean, Norris could have got away with it. He either done it 2 or 3 laps ago. He would have easily have cruised back past Piastri.
Is Carlos going to overtake Lewis? With 2 laps to go, I don't. Maybe.
It would be a big pass if Carlos does it. What do you think, sir?
Yeah, agree.
I mean, that would be very good for his ego, wouldn't it?
It would. Saying that, too far behind. But
no, do you know what? I thought he was going to be further back. I mean, it's on.
John, big wish to push Car for a point.
I can say he could push Hamilton into a mistake, but he's pressuring a 7-time world champion, which could be a 6-time world
Lewis
champion.
isn't George.
Yeah. It could be a 6-time world champion if Massa has anything to say to it. Well, I asked you that question at the beginning of the race. If Massa becomes the 2008 world champion, that puts Lewis down to a 6. Then it opens up the old argument about Abu Dhabi 2001, doesn't it? 2021 rather.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be one rule for one and one rule for everyone else. It should obviously, if there's championships like that, they need to go back and review them.
Yeah. Problem is, where do you draw the line? There's got to be a line somewhere.
The line is, the result is the result.
Yeah. But when it comes to controversy and sporting ineptitude by the officials, where does that line stop?
Once you kind of open that, when you open that can of worms,
literally,
there's too many. There's probably too many championships they'd have to look through.
Yeah.
And imagine like the time and effort and people having to watch back these races and not actually being there physically, then come up with maybe a different result. It seems wrong.
It does. But if Massa can claim financial compensation for not being the champion in 2008, then Hamilton loses his championship from 2008. And then you get people trying to claim back money that they paid him for being the champion. It's going to be insane, isn't it?
This will then claim a title from a few years ago, shenanigans and last lap, bad official decisions on the safety car. Exactly.
As Max wins the race.
What that one?
Constructor Championship for Red Bull. McLaren, P3, P2, P3.
You know what? I'm going to back Piastri. He's had a solid race. And first podium for a rookie. Well done. Ooh. All the McLaren fans love that.
All the orange McLaren fans.
Where's my hat?
There are no orange Dutch fans there at all. They're all McLaren fans.
Gonna get... Oh, one of them still got a tag on. We'll get both my McLaren hats out. Don't... It's got a 3 on, alright, but, you know.
It's a Red Bull victory, so Alexa, turn flood purple. Alexa, turn starlight purple. So it's a Red Bull victory today. Alexa, turn the light off. We're going full purple.
Put me hat on.
Sarah, shall we move on to the breakdown? Because it's going to be the same podium as normal.
No. I want to watch Piastri on the podium.
You want to see the Piastri podium, yes. Don't you? Okay.
I do.
I do want the breakdown to be nice and quick, because I want to crawl back into bed for an hour or two.
I don't blame you.
You going to do the same?
I don't know. I might as well. I might stay up and go bed really early tonight.
Because there's Goodwood tomorrow, isn't there? Which we'll talk about later.
Alexa, give Max a puncture. Question then. Question.
So it was a good showing from McLaren. I mean, they weren't tremendously far from Max, but at no point was Max pushing that car. Other than the first lap.
What reason for lack of pace of Red Bull last week? Set up, bumpy track. I mean, we kind of all knew they'd be back. They're probably not. Would you reckon there's any other track this year that you can see them kind of struggling with?
No. Maybe Las Vegas, perhaps. Generally speaking, there was a couple of little notes going around after Singapore last week, saying that because of the resurfaced track in some of the slow corners, it allowed for a much higher grip level and high speed than what the simulators and particularly Red Bull had planned for. So what this led to is a lot more downforce generated at certain points than what they calculated, which when they brought a softer suspension basically meant the bottom of the back of the Red Bull was bottoming out. And because they had too much grip, and so they couldn't change the setup to hard enough to cope with it. So it meant the car was undrivable. Yeah, what Pedro just wrote there, actually. I've just seen it. So, allegedly it was all circuit specific. I mean, I'd wondered and speculated if it might have been due to the flexi floor, flexi wings being called out. But who knows? One thing I'm looking forward to is they are looking at changing the rules for 2026 to make the cars at least 50 kilos lighter and smaller. And apparently it's been tabled that they're going to go back to slightly skinnier wheels as well. So they're not these big, chunky, uber grippy wheels like we've got at the moment.
Yeah. They are quite chunky on those wheels.
Yeah. Lots of grip, though. But they're looking at essentially slowing the cars down a little bit and taking a lot of... I say a lot. I mean, 50 kilos is a lot. I mean, that is... It's a smallish... There's a person of about 120 pounds. So it's not a... It's like a 9-stone person they're going to try and take out of the car. Something to that effect.
Why Aston Martin haven't bounced back in pace? At this rate, McLaren will get Aston in constructors. Aston haven't brought many upgrades as opposed to McLaren. So I wouldn't be surprised if they overtake them either. What a ding.
Historically speaking, Aston Martin... Alright, I'll change my mind on that. That group, which was Force India, Racing Point, and before that Midland and Jordan, I think it was, are not good at bringing upgrades to the car. So I think, Sarah, you've said it right there. McLaren have been the best team this year and probably last year at modifying their car. Yeah, I agree with Pedro as well.
Pastry podium, yeah.
Oh, it's Damon Hill that's doing the interviews today, and this is the site of where he won his only championship. So, you know, I am so glad that Oscar has been allowed into F1 this year after spending that year in Alpine as test driver.
Yeah.
And he is making such a good case for him to be there.
Oh, 100%.
He's so good, hasn't he? I mean, he's not done any silly incidents. He's not buried himself in a barrier.
He's proved that talent talks sometimes. Yeah, he had to sit like maybe was it a year or two out?
One to my knowledge.
Yeah, 1 year completely out. And then he's back in and he's hit the ground running sort of thing.
Mario, Piastri Rookie of the Year. Ooh.
Oh, 100%. Compared to the other rookies.
I will table a discussion. I will agree with Piastri, but I will say Lawson is making a very good case for that as well. I will agree with Piastri.
Is he a rookie or is he a reserve? Would you put him down as?
Both.
Suppose, but okay, full-time rookie, Piastri.
Yes. Super sub.
Lawson.
Yes. Yeah, he's been driving very maturely. It's good to see there was a lot of on-track action today in the Grand Prix. Just not for Max.
Why did they pan to just Piastri and Max just like
looking? Max looked just annoyed, didn't he?
Well, not annoyed. He's just kind of he just got a blank expression. He was just like,
yeah, he does have resting Max face. Pedro, I said what we spoke about the other day. I'll repeat it for those that need to know. That we were talking about where Lawson should go. And we both said Williams as a paid driver, give Williams a talented driver, measure him against Albon, and give Lawson a full-time race seat. I think that's a win-win. I really do.
Yeah. Because like I said, it's better to be on track driving than to be sat on the sidelines for another year to 2, maybe.
Well, the Piastri's proving it worked out well for him.
Yeah. But I guess Piastri didn't have that reserve. He didn't need to ever kind of act on his reserve or kind of midway through the season just jump in. As opposed to Lawson.
Well, actually interviewing a Hornet, that's interesting. I mean, you can say what you want about him as a person. Feel free, Sarah.
Don't give me started.
As a manager, he is very, very good.
Don't get me wrong, as a manager, team director, whatever he is, yes, he's good, but I just don't like some of his opinions and the way he deals with things. Yeah.
That. This is his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll comment on this one if I may, Sarah. I agree with Mario. If Perez is going to keep doing this, we know Helmut Marko is not shy of just booting a driver out. It's happened to Gasly, Kvyat, Albon. Perez just might be the next one in the row. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised on two things, that they've been so... What's the term? Sorry about the parrot behind me. But they've been so supportive of Tsunoda. That surprises me to this day.
Yeah.
And they, for some reason, they seem to be unwilling to move Perez. Maybe because he... I don't know. It does still feel a bit weird.
I personally don't, Pedro. I don't think they'd bump Lawson up the second Red Bull driver straight away. I feel like that's way too much pressure on his head. Yeah. 2, he needs to be at a lower team, prove his skill, and then go into the Red Bull seat, because we all know if he kind of gets chucked in and he doesn't perform, that could be it for him
in the career.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one name that happened to. Do you remember they did that to Albon? They promoted him halfway through his first season into Red Bull, didn't they?
Yeah.
And what happened to him? He ended up crashing out the sport for a year. I mean, he's lucky to be rebuilding his reputation at Williams.
Yeah, and to be fair, he's done a great job.
As Pedro said, he doesn't even want to go back to Red Bull. I still think that Red Bull second seat is toxic. And Perez is clearly not coping, and he's a seasoned F1 driver. He's been in F1 since, I think, 20... Let me see if I can get this right. 2011, there or thereabouts. It's either 2010 or 2011. And he's not coping.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely feeling the pressure, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. To me, this podium has took way longer than it usually does.
That's a bit, isn't it? You wanted to watch it.
Dude.
It was nice to see Ferrari on the podium, though.
I didn't realise how long it would take, because usually it's just like wham bam, done. This one's just like still going. Go on, pastry.
Oh, don't make me hungry.
Hmm.
I've only had a couple of little party rings this morning. Personally, I think what is going to happen, if anything does happen with Perez, they're going to promote Ricciardo. Either demote Perez to AlphaTauri or change him to a reserve driver for the pair of the teams.
Do you think after Lando's contract ends, do you think he'll stay at McLaren? Or will he go to Red Bull?
I hope not.
But no, but they always seem to talk about him.
They do. I think Norris would be stupid not to have the conversation with Red Bull.
Yeah, like personally, I wouldn't like to see him over there. But
my thinking is if McLaren are doing this well on old technology, which they haven't got their wind tunnel working yet, they can only go forwards. I'd like to see him stay with McLaren, personally. What do you think?
Yeah, no, exactly the same. I'd like to see him stay there.
The F1 Ultra songs are back. Yes, yes, they are. Yeah, it is that temptation of going to Red Bull. I wouldn't blame anyone if they did. But the one move that was being spoken about during the summer break, which was Albon to Ferrari, I think that's off now. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
It's not through Albon at all. That's through Sainz.
Yeah, Sainz basically switching back on and being dominant. It's not like Leclerc's going to go anywhere because
he is a super talent, just erratic. I couldn't see Leclerc going anywhere else.
No. Kind of with... I have that same thing about Norris as well. I just don't see him going anywhere else unless it is like Mercedes further down the line. Oh, have you seen the trophies?
That's pretty, isn't it?
You've got to kiss it for the colour to show up of their flag. You see the blue, red and white? Once he kissed it, the light showed up.
Well, it does help that most flags are in fact red, white and blue.
Yeah. To be fair,
which
all three of them
for the Dutch, the British and the Australian. But that is good. I could say it didn't work for Horner. To be fair, I suppose they don't really know. Oh, that should come up technically Austrian. Oh, wait. That's red and white. I like those trophies, though, both for the technology side and they're good looking. I like that. Now, let's see what Norris does on the podium.
The McLaren boys didn't kiss their trophies.
Oh, Norris hasn't done his thing yet.
He's waiting. He's looking around thinking like, when do I do it?
He's just getting closer to the first place trophy. Okay, yeah, that might be about right then, Mario. Shall we move on to the breakdown?
Mario.
Please.
Yes, can you?
Yay. Cool. One moment. Okay.
And I have a
You
few
see
hours
that,
to queue
Sarah?
until BTCC and MotoGP. Oh, I forgot it's BTCC.
Oh, I just realised I haven't put.
I forgot.
I didn't put an
No.
A in there.
I might sleep and then try and wake up. BTCC.
Oh, now you're changing your mind.
I don't know. Or I might step. I don't know. I'm just so tired. I feel like if I carry on like this, I will sleep halfway through the BTCC, and I don't want to. Like,
Where is it today?
Silverstone.
Oh.
And then the last round is at Brands Hatch, where I will be
Ooh.
attending.
Cool. Let me know the dates.
I do.
First off, also, what channel is it on?
Channel, it is on ITV4 usually, and it starts around 10-11, and then it's on till like 5-6.
Might be a good opportunity for me to start getting into it.
Yeah.
Ooh. On that note, have you got the race results up?
Yep. Some twat on my stream.
I haven't got the qualifying results up yet. Because I forgot. And the crows are saying hello.
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 I'm going to send them thanks, Pedro. BTCC, it is like basically a day full of racing action. You can get into it quite easy. The support races definitely, because there's normal. But with the BTCC actual race, there's a lot of like hybrid stuff like that. But it's a good watch.
Okay, I trust you.
Touring cars, so it's a bit more argy-bargy as well.
Indeed.
Just wanted to sneak that word in.
Yeah, absolutely indeed, Sarah.
Basically, elbows out. It's a bit more like.
It's a bit like Hamilton going having a fight with Russell then. Right, shall we get this over and done with?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes. I've got the results up now. Ready.
I'm ready whenever you
starting
are.
off with? Should we just get rid of the retirees?
Yes, do it. Hit me.
Bottas.
He was out stupid early and he was T-boned and all that, wasn't he? Yeah, we'll put him in an A.
But
Next
before
one.
that, he crashed into Albon. He was the leading Alpha, wasn't he? And he made Albon go up and then down.
First lap starting grid incident, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Do you want to judge it, or do you want to put him in NA?
An A? Oh, NA.
Yeah,
I thought you said in A. I was like, not in A.
Okay, A it is. I want to move on. I don't care.
Yeah, NA, because he's done 10 laps-ish.
Yeah, a starting lap incident. And he did get yeeted off by Perez, I think, didn't he? So yeah.
Talking of which, Perez next. He retired, then unretired, then served the penalty,
honestly,
then retired again.
fight me.
Yeah, I can't blame you. Can't blame you. Basically,
Is that you agreeing?
Midnight said that Perez was annoying him. So
He is annoying me.
yeah,
He's acting like a rookie. He really is.
I think that's right. I'm not gonna fight it.
Next one. Sergeant.
Stroll.
He got a fair chunk into the race, though. It wasn't an early retirement. It was mechanical.
About third in, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was doing all right. Can we give him something like a C minus?
Yeah.
You happy with that? We didn't see him doing anything Stroll-like.
True.
So I think he did reasonable. Not good in qualifying, but reasonable in the race. Next one would be Sargent, wouldn't it?
Yes.
What happened to him? Because my brain has gone blank on him. He had the front wing change.
Oh, he locked up into Bottas. Locked up into Bottas. Then wasn't really anywhere and then retired the car. I think. Could be wrong.
There was something like that, wasn't there?
It was something he looked up, but I can't remember where, how, what.
I'm struggling to remember what he did or didn't do.
No, same. Whatever he did, it wasn't great.
No. I've got I kind of want to just put him in a D, just for the sheer fact. He binned it in qualifying. He didn't finish the race. I know he was involved in an incident. I can't remember what the hell. So can I put him in a D and move on?
Yep. Is.
What's that?
A D it is.
D it is. With any evidence to the contrary, we will revise. Right.
Albon. Got yeeted.
Start line incident. Yeah. Completely innocent in that one. Didn't overly impress today. He had a bit of a weak race.
Could be damaged though from that first lap.
I'll be making an argument for a C. It was just not a good race from him. But he did all right, but a victim of circumstance.
Yeah. I'd agree.
Are we happy? Okay. I mean, it's definitely better than Perez, Sargent, and Stroll. I mean, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay. All right, and how do you want to take this? From P1 downwards, or do you want to take it from back to first?
We'll go back to first.
Okay. So, who was last finisher?
Magnussen, he was a lap down.
T-boned by Perez.
Yes.
Fighting spirit. I actually want to reward him. I want to give him something like a C+. I don't think he's done badly at all today. That house is still a dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
4?
3.
Cool.
Didn't do anything overly wrong. But like you said, the Haas.
It's not good.
He was very good.
Next one.
Hülkenberg.
Your thoughts? He started P18.
P14, so he's come up 4 places, but there's been 5 retirees.
Yeah, so effectively where he started, Fintall, 1 down.
I don't really know. Very similar to Magnussen. He just wasn't there, didn't do much.
He dropped away very quickly. It was a high tyre wear race, and it's easy in the house.
Yes, I don't really know.
As a reference, where did K-Mag actually start?
K-Mag started 15th, finished 15th. But it obviously was involved in the accidents.
So, well, yeah. K-Mag finished last, but after being punted off. Can we put the Haas together? I mean,
I think
it's not
Magnussen.
good.
I think Magnussen did that a little bit better.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I feel very judgmental giving Haas a bad result here, given it's Suzuka and the tyre wear is just terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Joe.
Started in P19.
Finished P13.
So he would have gone up an actual place or so.
Yeah. Why not?
King of the C grades.
Why not? Chuck him in the bang average.
Yeah. Nothing wrong. He was very unlucky with the start. He had his front wing knocked off as well and all that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen so many front wings change, most of them Perez today, or caused by.
Mm-hmm.
Right, next one.
Tsunoda.
Started P9.
Finished P12.
A good race from him, but I think he was a victim of a lot of the
Lawson.
stuff going on around him and safety cars.
He finished behind Lawson,
He did.
who is a reserve driver.
What's your gut feeling?
Probably, if I'm completely honest, I'd rate him maybe a D or a C plus, C minus.
Above Stroll, though.
Yeah.
No. Equal with Stroll. Just kind of like meh, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue on that. Next one.
Lawson.
Represented by De Vries on this one, because this one hasn't updated. We started P11.
Finished P11.
Oh, he didn't get points.
No.
I still want to give him a B. I think that has been a little bit hypocritical still, but it's not points. So I'm not sure I can give
C plus?
an A to someone who finishes 11th.
Plus maybe?
You think C plus? A bit lower.
I don't know. Maybe I would have rated B if he got in the points. But technically he was a lap down.
It's his third race? Fourth race?
Fourth race.
I suppose this is a track he's also been to before.
Yeah.
I do think it was better than K-Mag, though.
Yeah, no, I'd rate him above K-Mag in the C plus.
Right.
He'd be like top of C plus for me at the moment.
I'm still thinking B. And we'll let Pedro. Don't you dare say B or C plus. What do you think, Pedro?
Yeah, pick one. It's too
Or
early.
anyone else in the chat? Help us pick either B or C plus. So you're saying C plus? Okay.
We can adjust if we need to adjust.
Okay. I thought it deserved a little more.
Well,
Right.
we can still
Anywho,
adjust it.
next one.
Gasly.
Start at P12.
Finish P10.
I do feel that is a C plus.
Yeah. Just the Alpine being Alpine. Like,
Solid,
solid, but
nothing more.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Solid when it's actually working.
I am putting him behind Lawson, though.
Alright, whack Lawson up one.
No.
No, because I've seen who we got coming up next, so whack him up one.
Are you sure?
Yes. There you go, he'll stop moaning now. So
C plus.
Ocon.
You're not even entertaining that one, are you?
No.
Start at P14.
Finish P9. 5 retirees though.
Oh, yeah, but they were mostly behind him anyway.
Perez and Stroll. and 2 Williams. Although Albon probably was
they
going
were
to
mostly
probably be.
behind him.
No, but Albon might have been near him. Maybe.
True. I think he did a very long stint, the first stint. I can't remember if he
Let
did
me
2
check
stops or
that.
1 stop.
He did 2 stops, but he was on the mediums for like
The
a
first
few
stint was
laps.
hard.
No, it wasn't. It was on mediums for like
Lap
2.
on mediums.
It was on the medium for like, yeah. He did 1 lap on the mediums, then hards until about halfway throughout the race, and then went back onto hards for another stop till the end of the race. So he was on the mediums for 1, then hards, then hards.
So he pitted under the safety car of the first lap.
Must have. For hards, and then halfway throughout the race, pitted again for hards.
Okay. Interesting strategy call.
So that probably screwed him up a little bit. He did do a good move on, was it K-Mag?
And yes, I think it was. I genuinely think Ocon did alright here. It's either a weak B or I am literally in between the two, but I think it's better than Gasly, so if he squeaks into a B, it's literally squeaking into a B. What's your feeling, Sarah?
I don't know if it's a B or not. I would have rated him a B last week if if the car was working and he finished where he was set to finish.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When you see the cars in front of him, it's kind of probably where he was going to finish no matter what. So maybe really low B, like really low.
He started 14th and finished what place?
9.
5 up. Gasly he started behind Gasly. I think we have to give that a B. He's done his teammate on a weird strategy.
But very low B for me.
I would agree with that. I mean, literally arse squeaking into B.
Yes. He's clenching there. He's clenching on.
He is absolutely clenched in there. There's a weird sentiment. Next one.
Alonso.
Started 10th.
Finished 8th. Aston didn't look amazing today.
No. I think that car's going backwards. I really do.
Oh, again.
With the exception of the odd race.
Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong person. He went softs, hards, and then hards.
Okay.
But that first set of hards he went on didn't look amazing. Then he went on the other set of hards. Until the rest of the... Ooh! Oh, no. Oh, no, yeah. I'm looking at the right person. He... As opposed to Russell, he was the second driver to stay on that second set of hards for the longest. George just ever so slightly tips him on that, but by a lap. So towards the end of the race, he probably would have just been chilling there, sort of thing.
It is easier to do it towards the end of the Grand Prix when the fuel's a bit lighter, though. Russell's drive, I think, was best when it comes onto those tyres.
I don't know.
Not just because of one lap.
I don't know where to put Alonso.
No, I don't. I mean, he did one really good overtaking move on the outside of the curve before Spoon. I don't know who the hell it was on. But he spent most of the rest of the time being overtaken because his tyres were too old.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's a C+.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's not. The only people he's got past is Tsunoda and Perez.
Whack it on in there then. Whack it in.
Shall do. I'll put them there. All right, next one.
Russell.
Started P8.
Finished P7. Did a 1-stop.
He didn't take advantage of any of the safety cars or VSCs.
Brave move, but didn't work out.
Yeah.
Got
almost yeeted by Lewis at one point.
Yeah. Then.
What's your feeling on rank?
I don't know. It kind of showed on DRS that when Sainz overtook, that Mercedes is quite draggy still, as Pedro said, and not the fastest straight line speed as yet.
Correct.
So I think, like you say, Sainz and Hamilton and Leclerc, they were probably set to overtake him like they did pretty quickly because of that tyre degradation. So I think maybe just got the strategy wrong this weekend.
Brave though. Brave. I'm going to put something on the table here. Yeah, I'm going to put something on the table here.
Oh.
What do you think?
Yeah, considering where we are, we rated the others. Yeah.
Very good drive, gutsy, but ultimately at the mercy of the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one.
Colour signs.
Started P6.
Finished P6.
Same again?
I'd maybe rate him above. Yeah.
Next one.
Hamilton.
Started P7.
Finished P5. I'm trying to remember from the bits I saw.
I wasn't happy with his move on defensive from Russell.
No. Was it a good battle with Alonso at one point?
He did. He overtook Alonso when he was on his old hard tyres. Ran the outside of him. Everyone was going around the outside there. It
was alright.
I can't think it's a weak B.
I
think it's.
Would you rate him before or after Russell though?
Honestly, after.
I mean, Hamilton was on the right strategy though.
Yeah, exactly.
We have too many categories as it is.
Bulked out the C category because that was genuinely between a lot of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to have A plus, A minus, A, B plus, B, B minus.
I'd honestly, I know you've got to put it on either before or after in the pictures, but I'd rate George Russell and Hamilton the same for this race.
I would agree. I'm going to put Hamilton just behind Russell though.
I wouldn't say it has to pictures wise anyway, but for me they're the same.
Yeah. For me, the only difference was Russell was very, very impressive on the long stint.
Leclerc is next.
It is. He started P4.
P4.
Same as Sainz. Or
yeah.
Well, he had the pace to be better than Sainz today.
Yeah, and Ferrari was the only team to go medium at medium, then hard.
They did well. I mean, they did a Ferrari strategy that worked. somehow.
But do you reckon if they went on the right, like on the medium hard, that they would have been closer to the McLarens? Or do you reckon that was kind of like capitalising on the result?
I think it worked for them, and that's what we need to remember. I know I said it at some point during the race, I would have split strategies.
Yeah.
So I probably would have put Carlos on the medium hard. Or maybe medium then to the hard. It was a one-stop it, like Russell, but they didn't.
Oh yeah, you were right, Pedro. I haven't gone that far up yet. Max was also on medium hards, and he
bossed it. That's different.
Yeah, he did really well, to be fair.
Yeah. So I'm going to table this. I think it's the same as Sainz.
Yeah.
They both did very well for very different reasons. Leclerc just had a quiet race.
Yeah, again, probably for me, the Merc boys are the same, Ferrari boys are the same in this race.
I will put Leclerc behind Sainz just the sheer fact we didn't see him doing any overtakes. Sound fair?
Yep.
But he didn't have to, so, you know. Piastri.
I reckon an A.
Yeah. Can we move on?
Is there an argument for A star? Don't think so, because he kind of backed out of that fight with Max, which was sensible.
Yes.
But from there, he kind of just...
You listened to this as well.
Oh, actually, to be fair, good move under the VSC, but...
I'd like to know who called it, him or the team.
Yeah.
Very intelligent drive. Very intelligent.
But he was kind of a sitting duck for Norris. Yeah. Wasn't he, for a little bit? So yeah, I think
you listen to team orders, got out of the way.
Yeah.
I'd still be arguing that either Norris has got the edge in that car or Norris has got more upgrade parts.
He also started ahead of Lando and finished 17 seconds behind him. I know it's harsh for me to say this.
That's a fair point. It's not harsh, it's true. So,
cool. Yeah, still, I think it's an A. It was a good drive for a rookie.
Well, saying it, when you see 17 seconds, was he just managing the car to the end?
Must have.
Or was he just genuinely that slow? Because if he's that slow, it drops him down a grade. He has all the upgrades. And again, he had a very intelligent race. Maybe he was just managing it.
Well, the VSC was quite early, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if he's managing his tyres, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave him an A, but we'll put it as a less than ideal A.
Okay.
Okay. Norris.
Yeah.
Obvious, isn't it?
I don't think it's an A star.
No, I don't. I mean, at no point did he outdrive the car, did he?
No.
He got what the car was supposed to do, and yeah.
And it shows no car at the moment can match the Red Bull.
Oh yeah.
When it's fast, obviously.
Yeah. The McLaren boy is really impressed today.
He wasn't that much slower than Lando on the last lap, so I assume he was managing time.
Could be. But Norris, cracking drive, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and last one.
Do. Max Verstappen.
I'm going to say this right now. It's not an A star.
No.
It's not. There was nothing epic about it.
True.
He has the fastest car, again. He did really well off the start line. He did very, very well off the safety car. But once he was in the lead, he was never challenged. Never at all.
That was a bit iffy.
It was a bit iffy. He did very well to retain the lead.
It's like, McLaren.
Yeah. But I always think of an A star. I'm going to use a Hamilton one. Do you remember that drive that he did at Interlagos a couple of years back for the sprint and then the actual Grand Prix where he went from last to first?
Yeah.
A star. No doubt. Max didn't do anything. He didn't have to overtake anyone at any point. Start P1, finish P1, and he managed the race. It's not an A star. It is it's a great A grade, but I could not give him an A star. The only way he's gonna end up an A star if you think it was an exceptional race, and Pedro and Nick agree.
Yeah, I agree as well. A star for me is kind of like when someone's challenging for the win, or like they've done something spectacular.
Yeah.
And like you say, kind of work through the pack. Where it's just max P1, finish P1, it's not like he's done much. And he's got a fast car. How much? It's a bit of a debate. How much do you reckon? Is it a fast car, or is it a fast driver, or is it a bit of both? Yeah,
it's both.
Because I feel like with Perez, he's a fast driver, but with him it's more of a fast car at the moment than a fast driver.
Yeah.
When he's really switched on. But with Max, it's both, because even in Singapore, he finished P5.
Yeah.
But in a car that wasn't great for that track, to work through the pack still kind of shows that even when he doesn't have a particularly fast car, he's still a fast driver. Some of the other guys that we've rated, they're fast drivers but not in fast cars, or they're not really fast drivers but they've got a decent car.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. And Perez in Singapore finished P13 after all those shenanigans. So Max the Red Bull team is the best team at the moment. They are not making mistakes other than Singapore, but they're allowed one race off, aren't they? Perez is clearly feeling the pressure at the moment. The only thing that Max is feeling is champagne.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice to keep going back to get some more. Right.
Do you know what? We usually remark at Alonso and Stroll being the furthest drivers apart. Look at our ranking today. Top versus bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Does that not say it all to you?
Yeah. Like you said, it was almost like he just wasn't looking where he was going. He was driving. I know there's like driving angry and there's driving frustrated. Usually when you drive angry, you can still be clever about it and get results. When you drive frustrated, you're basically just hot-headed. You're not really looking where you're going. Like, you're just being blasé. And I think that's where Perez went wrong today.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like, I don't care, like, I'm frustrated, blah, blah, blah. Bang, and then hit Magnussen, and yeah, I don't understand. I mean, he provided some entertainment. I gotta say, when he jumped back in the car, I was like,
oh. Well, okay, why did he lose his front wing in lap one? Hamilton. Well, put it this way with Perez. He has had 3 front wings today, including the one he started with, 4 collisions in the last 2 races. Or was it 5?
5, because Yuki last week, Albon last week.
that we can remember.
And then 2 today.
At least.
Mm.
I'm going to agree with Pedro. I feel bad for him as well. I mean, Perez is a good driver, but that second seat at Red Bull is toxic, and he's driving for his career like Sargent. And you can see all the people that are under pressure: Perez, Sargent, Stroll, psychologically under pressure with Stroll, not for his seat or anything like that. They're all not performing.
Yeah.
Yuki's kind of probably the victim of a little bit. He's just not having a good race. I'm actually pleased with Yuki in this one because his bad race now is still a solid race. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I just...
Not a good race, just there.
Wait, I don't know if it's you. I'm kind of waiting for Yuki to do something.
Oh, yeah, now.
It's been like 3 years and he's just...
Yeah.
There's not one that kind of stands out to me like, alright, he had an amazing race that race.
Yeah.
Like, he's never been... Has he even been like top 5?
I think one of his first races he got P4, but that's when AlphaTauri was at its best.
Well, since then...
So, he has literally had like 1 or maybe 2 good results across 3 years.
That's why I'm like...
I'm happy his average was down here, now it's up here.
Yeah.
Obviously, Max is up here somewhere.
2021, yeah.
Yeah.
Finished P4.
It was Abu Dhabi. I was thinking it was Bahrain. It was the other one.
Okay. Well, it was something like that. I was just like...
It was P4. Yeah, well, I was thinking of Bahrain. Oh, I know why. I'm thinking of the Toro Rosso who got a P4 there. Hartley or something like that. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, since then, I've been just waiting for him to... Apparently, he's a really fast driver, but...
Well, F123 will tell you that.
Yeah. Thing is, apart from 2021, he hasn't had a great car. Yeah, I want to see how he does in a great car. That's what I want to see as well, because then that will kind of, I guess, set the bar. Like, alright, he's a fast driver, he just hasn't had a great car.
Do you know what it kind of reminds me of?
Who?
Gran Turismo movie. I think the driver from that, it reminds me of him. The sheer fact his fitness wasn't good. He has a lot of talent there. I mean, he clearly does.
Yeah.
But he's been either okay, this is where the similarity ends. But he's been partially unlucky and partially too much of a hothead, and now he's calmed down and he's starting to get results. But by results, I mean just not putting himself into the barrier or having silly incidents. I mean, you can put Singapore out the thing because Perez did that.
Yeah, Monza didn't even start, technically.
Yeah, that's not his fault. It's really not his fault at all.
But basically, I agree with Pedro there. I want Yuki to be in a similar performance to that AlphaTauri in 2021, or going maybe testing the Red Bull seat. I think that will set like the level to see if it's alright. You're a decent driver, but you're not super quick. Because I think, say if you went the same sort of speed in the Red Bull, which if the Red Bull is that fast for like anyone that jumps into it, that would be a shocker. If he isn't fast in that Red Bull, I think Lawson should take that seat.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. If he jumps in the Red Bull and he's on par with like even Perez, give Yuki that second seat and keep Ricciardo and AlphaTauri for another year.
Give Yuki the second seat at Red Bull. That's interesting.
I mean, he's been at AlphaTauri for 3 years now.
You mean sink or swim, basically?
Yeah, we've seen people progress quicker than that. So, if not, I think Yuki out, Lawson in. Sorry, Yuki, love you, but like, we need to see how he does in a faster car, sort of thing. That's why I wasn't opposed to him going to reserve at Red Bull. At least he could kind of test behind the scenes and
sim work at least.
Yeah, and be ready.
Got talent,
Oh, no, I'm not
It's
denying that. He's definitely got talent. I want to kind of see the performance in different cars because we've only seen him in that car, which, like Pedro says, it's not a great car since 2021. It's just been a bit.
It's amazing we've ended up talking about Yuki for so long and he didn't even feature in the race.
Exactly.
Look, I'm looking at this list though. There's one that's annoying me on there. K-Mag.
Why? Why is it annoying you?
We put the guy who finished last essentially in the C+.
Yeah. Bring him down a peg.
Down to the top of C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's just sitting there annoying me.
I think I'd go even bottom of C.
Together with Hulk.
Yeah.
It was sitting there. It's like that doesn't look right. The guy who finished last finishes a whole grade higher than his teammate who had no problems. Bear in mind, we did Mag came out to get yeeted out of the way by Perez. And the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking Perez deserves an F.
An F. You fracked up.
Look, let's have a quick look at that. He has had a start line incident, lost a wing. Maybe not his fault because the Ferrari's come across on him. You can kind of get away with that one. But he has T-boned K-Mag. It's not quite bad enough for an F, is it? It's not quite bad enough. He's not Mazepined it all and spun 3 times and hit someone, ended up in the wall, lost the wing, gone back out again. We did do that bit. Benefit of the doubt, chaotic race. He squeaks into an E. Okay. Let's not change anything else. Because otherwise we'll be here forever, aren't we?
Apart from that,
okay.
I'm happy with it. Where all of them are.
I'm happy to call it there.
Any driver of the day for you, and obviously if Piastri got it. But if you had to vote,
you say yours, then I'll say mine. Or do you want me to go first?
You go first. I need to think about
Norris.
I was going to say that as well. I wasn't going to go with Piastri just solely because of the 17 seconds behind, and that out of the 2 McLaren boys, the Norris was faster, and kind of just shot off down the road, and that was.
Piastri benefited from the VSC. Norris did not.
Yeah.
And he still finished 17 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
So effectively, Norris was an entire pit stop ahead of Piastri.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Agree with that. Race out of 10 for you.
5.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go 5.5. It's one of those races because it's so early for us. I don't know if you, but more like when I've just woken up and it's right in my face, it's like it takes a while for my.
I'm so wearing these. It's not because it's because my eyes are burning.
It takes a while for my brain to kind of think like, oh yeah, fast cars going.
It was a bit early for the UK. I'd like to see Suzuka turn into a night race. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. And that's probably very selfish on my part, but I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. But I think I'm not solely rating the race because of how tired I am. But the race was. It was one of those again where it's just very predictable.
Yeah.
And
good a bit on track though. Yeah. But nothing.
But to be honest,
nothing epic.
It was on the verge of getting. I don't want to call it boring. It was on the verge of just an average race that we've seen in the first half of the season.
It's a C minus race.
Yeah. Like, it's just an average race. It wasn't boring. Probably the wrong word to use. It was just kind of average.
Yeah.
With a
I
few
don't want to
good
blame
moments.
I don't want to blame Max for it, but when Max is out front, it automatically lowers it by a point or two easily, because there is no jeopardy for the top spot at all. And being fair,
I'm not rating the race on how tired I am.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was taking me a while to process everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel for everyone that has to watch the F1 races at that time, all the time, or if not earlier, because that's commitment.
Yeah, it's like I said at the start of the stream, it was very much, you can see why Americans don't particularly follow F1. Because for most of them, most European races will be at 8 or 9 o'clock at best in the morning.
Yep.
Well, once you go back into the days of Turkey and not Bahrain, because it runs quite late, but anything that would run at a more normal time, that would be 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Suzuka, well, that might be on at that for them, like late Saturday night for Americans, particularly if you're on the West Coast or something. Oh, it's Qatar next.
It is, yes. It's not next week.
Weekend after.
The week after.
Is it the same track we had a couple of years ago? Because they were going to build a new track, weren't they? If it's the same track,
actually,
I'm not overly looking forward to it, because it's going to be a Red Bull dominant one.
I don't quite remember.
Which track isn't these days?
It's a 6 o'clock. Great.
Yeah, that's a shame. I thought they were making most of the Arabic region ones night races.
It would be a night race for them, wouldn't it? 6 p.m. for us. I'm not sure. My brain, I can't even begin to imagine how many like time zones and blah blah blah. Oh, qualifying. Qualifying is 6 to 7 p.m. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and the sprint race. Yeah, I've just clocked that. 6:30 to 7:30.
Cool.
That's qualifying, sprint shootout, sprint, and then race. You know what? I forgot it was a sprint race there. Only when I looked down at the timing thing, I was like, oh, yeah.
I remember the old days where Australia, Malaysia, and Japan were the season openers.
I did question why it said 12 days until, like, at the Grand Prix. I was like, are they sure it's not 2 weeks? Now I can see why it's 12 days.
Nick, Japan being the season opener, I don't remember that. I remember it being Australia, Malaysia, and Brazil. Either way, it doesn't matter. Either way, I remember the other bits.
Yeah,
should we call it there, Sarah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go get an hour or two of sleep. Actually, I'm going to have some food first, then get an hour or two of sleep.
Is there we can go on the race?
That is a good idea. Is there any other sad person that's up at this time?
Got super slow stick. The aliens.
Yeah, let's do it, shall we?
We got Heckeville. Both are playing GT7.
They are. Go Super Slow Stig, he does nice TikToks.
Yeah, I like his TikToks. They're fun.
Yeah.
Very, very good, like, editing and very funny sometimes.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. The only thing I wish he'd do is a little bit more variety, but he does very good at what he does. So I'm not going to complain. 100%. It's just he does what he does.
He's very good. I'll
start
the raid for him as well.
Yeah, mine's on started now as well. But if you like GT7 TikToks, they're pretty damn good. Oh yeah,
definitely follow Super Slow Stig on the TikTok. Yeah, now I've got to get back on TikTok. Yeah,
I mean, you both. We've got a lot of stuff going on the last couple of weeks and whatnot, haven't we?
Yes.
So to look at.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us for this edition of the F1RST podcast. I've been joined by the Sarah Hawkey.
And yeah, I've been joined by Midnight Ice. So no, that side. I figured out what side you are. That side.
Me, you're that side.
You're that side for me. But you've now seen Tired Us. Two different people, Tired Me and Awake Me. But thank you for having me. Yeah, it took a bit of longer for my brain to process. Thank you for joining us this early in the morning. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for Qatar. But we'll see you in between that for other stuff. Sure.
We'll be back, especially with the pre-GP and whatnot.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
On that note, see you later.
Yeah.